The 8-year assault on your Second Amendment freedoms has come to a crashing end. I like taking the guns early. Take the guns first, go through due process second.
Well, I say go fuck yourself. Then ask a question, could I kill a man? I would enjoy myself. You can't disguise evil eyes that burn over my head. This devil man and his master plan. We feel so misled, so I say, rise up, take all back. Rise up, take it all back. Rise up. Hope you all understand. We got to take it all back again.
These people are not going to take it any longer. We will never give up. We will never concede. Our country has had enough. We will not take it anymore. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. So go home. We love you. You're very special. But go home and go home in peace. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. You do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Oh, sorry for a little bit late of a start. 3 minutes late. I do apologize. I'm a little late because, well, I ate something I probably shouldn't have eaten, and now I'm paying for it. Let's just put it that way, and pretend that conversation never happened. Okay, okay, wires, you need to get out of the way. All right, cool. Hopefully the audio is good. Yep, okay. Everybody can hear me good? All right, good. What's up, Gerald? How you doing? Hey, guys. Hey, BP. How you doing, Mr. B? And good. Made 2 trips. Made 2 trips to town. Transfer station got about half the yard cleaned up. Yard work? What's up, Quantum Lotus? How are you doing this evening? It is Wednesday. It is home day. I have finally figured out what I'm doing for Friday's stream for the 1 year anniversary of the evening catch up. I am going to be doing something for you guys, for those who are always here. I am going to have like one really cool thing, and then probably depending on how many people show up, most people are going to get something, if not everybody. So we'll see. That want it. Obviously, if you get anything from me, well, I need an address to send stuff to. So if you're not comfortable with giving out an address, I understand. Maybe I don't know. Should I include the Fiery 5 challenge riddle? So you guys don't know about this. This is on my other channel. This is something I do on Twitch. These are the hottest fucking beans on the planet. These are bamboozled beans or bean boozled, right? They have the gross ones, and I have the gross ones. Here's the gross ones, right? And it's just a stupid little thing that you do for Twitch, and people enjoy watching you suffer. I thought, well, maybe you guys would like to see me suffer with some of the hottest beans on the planet. They have, well, one hottest bean on the planet. They have sriracha, which is the lowest, jalapeno then after that, cayenne after that, habanero after that, and then straight from habanero straight to Carolina Reaper. Crazy. Well, last night I had the first Carolina Reaper bean out of that. I'd had a few of the other ones, but I hadn't had the Carolina Reaper, and somebody got the Carolina Reaper, and let me tell you, not only do they actually taste like the pepper, they're hot. They're hot as shit. Sound scary? They are. They're very scary. Yard work sucks, but when you own the place, it's part of the ownership. Yeah, that is the one cool thing about renting. Although I rent a house, and even though I rent the house, I still have to do the yard work. So, however, if something breaks, and I don't have to use my own tools on the yard, so that's kind of nice. So there's still some great things about that. Anyway, this Friday is the 1 year anniversary of the evening catch-up. Moving forward from the evening catch-up, I might retitle it, but it's still going to be pretty much the same thing. I've been playing around with some titles. One is the hypocrisy report, because that's pretty much what I do. I report on the hypocrisy on both sides. At least I try. In fact, tonight we're going to talk about Republicans who are acting like conservatives now that they're not in power. A little bit. We're also going to talk about a few other things. You don't miss a yard work? Yeah, I don't really either. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about Friday. I have... It's can't do as much as I'd like to do, because certain situations, we're kind of going through right now. So, gotta make sure that we're not over extending ourselves. We got to be a little bit more conservative with our cash. However, I think I can pull this off, and I want to, because y'all are the reason I love coming back and doing this every single night, for the most part, except for Sundays and maybe this Saturday. This Saturday I might not have a Patriot Bible chat, because I might be going up northern Arizona. I'm not exactly sure. I will let you know when I know. Also, Friday night, evening catch-up is conspiracy theory night. It's not gonna, maybe I'll do one or two stories, but I want conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories. In fact, I think what we're gonna do is the first place conspiracy theorist is going to be the special person of the night. You know what I mean? Number one. And everybody else is going to be runner-up. There is no runner-up prize. There is a participation prize, most likely. So make sure to come up with a decent conspiracy theory for Conspiracy Theory Night on Friday, our 1 year anniversary of the evening catch-up. Now, as I said, you can use existing conspiracy theories, but you got to add to it, and you got to add something original, or at least something I haven't heard before, which I haven't heard all the conspiracy theories, so technically somebody could cheat, but we have a whole bunch of people in here that are smarter than me, and they'd be like, that's already a thing. So no, nothing that's already a thing. You can say, well, we never landed on the moon because it's a holographic projected image from alien life form from Uranus. I don't know. That's just an example, right? Come up with a good, funny conspiracy theory. Winner gets a prize. What the prize is, I'm not going to say. Why am I not going to say it? Because I don't want people to come here just for Friday night. I want it to be y'all that have been here through the thick and the thin, to be honest. So there you go. But it could, or I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that's all I got for that part. Now I have to get some money for a few gallons of super unleaded gas for the lawnmower. The good thing about that is the wife loves mowing the yard, but wants me to start the mower for her. Do you have a push mower or a riding lawnmower? Because who the hell likes mowing the yard? I mean, I guess if I had a riding lawnmower with like custom fucking LEDs, like underrunner lights, some freaking big subwoofers on it, maybe some hydraulics so that I could, all of a sudden you see the grass that's going kind of, maybe, right? Maybe. I don't know. First of all, I would never be able to use that on the yard that we have now. Our yard's pretty small. All right, let's get to it. Now, this is a story I have no idea about because the evening catch up, as you guys know, is the way I catch up on the news. I don't watch the news. I don't really read any other articles. I read them here and right now. Huh?
Do you have DLive open?
Yes. Let me go to DLive. Yeah, what about it? Quantum Lotus just donated a diamond. Everything's going to be all right. Well, thank you very much, Quantum Lotus. I really do wish I could get an alert for that. But they don't have an alert for that, at least not on Stream. Stream Elements is what we use, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, thank you very much, Quantum Lotus, for the diamond. I will be giving out some lemons myself. In fact, I believe I have a diamond's worth of lemons in reserve, ready to go out. Hydraulics, Hispanic lawnmower. Well, no. Okay, first of all, if it was a Hispanic lawnmower, and maybe. I do live in Arizona, in Phoenix, all right? I see these vehicles driving by. I'm like, damn, that's nice. I like that. I like shiny. I like chrome. I miss chrome on vehicles. So, yeah, the only thing that would be missing from that lawnmower then would be some spinners. Put some spinners on it. Hydraulics. Bass boosting. I will have a fun time mowing the lawn. What's up, SMG Tazy? You're a Democrat? No hate here? Fuck, man. I don't care. You're more than welcome, for one. For two, I'm not a Trump fan, and neither are many of the people in here. Now, I am a conservative, but I am not a Trump fan. For a few reasons that if you stick around, you'll find out. That would make you Mower T-Land. I don't get the reference, Quantum. I'm sorry. But I think she likes mowing the yard so she can run down the blackberry bushes. Nice. Yeah, they're all welcome. Yeah, as long as it's respect, we can have a difference of opinion. I do not mind a difference of opinion at all. In fact, one of my, we had a longtime viewer, JPTV3. He was a Democrat here in Arizona, and, he was more than a Democrat. He was full-on liberal, and I believe, maybe not Antifa, but, in some kind of like activist. Put it on an activist, right? We got into a lot of discussions about things, so it's all good. No problem here. As long as you keep it respectful, it's, as soon as it gets to the name calling, I don't have time for that. But I was talking to him about why this was back before the election, before November, right? So back before November, he was like, "Oh, good luck with Trump, and it's going to be Biden," and I'm cocky as shit because I'm like, even though I don't like Trump, I'm going to probably vote for him. And so I'm thinking, there ain't no way Biden's going to win. Why? Because you see all these people out there singing songs about Trump. The level of fandom, the level of hype for Trump versus the level of hype and fandom of Biden was not even close. Not even, in my opinion. Now, I don't watch a lot of news. I don't watch a lot of TV. But from what I was gathering, it was mostly for Trump. So I was like, well, Trump's going to win it hands down because there's just no way. You know, everybody, and I even asked JPTV3, like, yeah, you're going to vote for Biden. Okay, but are you excited about it? Like, you like Biden as a politician? Is he your guy? Like, have you been sitting around like, man, 2016, I can't wait for Biden to become president? Are you on Team Biden? Are you, got his shirt and all that? No. What it was everybody who I talked to that was going to vote for Biden was not voting for Biden because they liked Biden. It was because they didn't like Trump. And to me, that was just a little bit like, there ain't no way Biden's going to win. If that's the only thing, it is what it is. All right, cool. Nice. Well, then you're more than welcome here, SMG Tazy. Maybe we can learn something from you, which would be nice. Because I like getting the other side of it. We try to be somewhat fair. At least I try. I'm sure I don't succeed all the time. Yeah, activists have a price. Yeah. We waving flags while they programming voting. And now, Broken Patriot, you're going to get me in trouble by me reading that. Allegedly. We got to say allegedly. Okay, I don't know anything about this story I'm about to read. I didn't even know this was a story at all. I don't want to say it wasn't a person. I just don't know that. I didn't know this was a story. I missed this one on the radar. Elizabeth City, North Carolina. A North Carolina prosecutor said Tuesday that sheriff deputies were justified in a fatal shooting of Andrew Brown Jr. because the black man struck a deputy with his car and nearly ran him over while ignoring commands to show his hands and get out of the vehicle. District Attorney Andrew Womble said at news. Okay, first of all, if this is accurate, and I don't know because I haven't seen the footage, and I know there's footage. If this person hit a deputy with his car, maybe it could be justified. I mean, if like somebody's in imminent danger, obviously I think it's justified. But I haven't seen the video, so I don't know. District Attorney Andrew Womble said the news conference that Brown used his car as a deadly weapon. Those assault vehicles, causing Pasquotank County deputies to believe it was necessary to use deadly force. Womble, who acknowledged Brown wasn't armed with guns or other weapons, said that the deputies will face no charges after he reviewed a state's investigation of the shooting. Okay, well, a car is a deadly weapon. And I think if we want to talk about, and here's a thing we could talk about is if we're going to talk about common sense gun reform, can we talk about common sense vehicle reform? First of all, there's no constitutional right that says you can have a vehicle or drive a vehicle. There is a constitutional right of freedom of travel. Unfortunately, you don't even have that when you get your tags, when you get your insurance, when you get your registration, all that. That goes against your freedom of travel. Not to mention like security checks. Anyway, I won't get onto that. But why do you need a vehicle? And believe me, I would love to have like a sports car. But why do you need one that can go over, what's the fastest? I think the fastest speed limit is in Texas, like 85 miles an hour. Why do you need a vehicle that can go more than 85 miles an hour? It's not legal. If you go faster than that, you're going to get in trouble if the cops catch you. So why do you need it? You don't. Oh, you're more than welcome, SMG. I know how code works. If you have an opinion on this, please share. How to make a horse drink. Even now, Biden can't get a group of more than 50 people. Yeah, see, and that still it boggles my mind, but it is what it is. I know how the code works. I think you do 2QL. Ooh, code? Oh, you mean on this story? Maybe. Anyway, it sparked weeks of protest. This county sheriff said in a video, Sheriff Tommy Wooten said in a video statement Tuesday afternoon that deputies will keep their jobs but will be disciplined and retrained. Brown's family released a statement calling Woomby's decision both an insult and a slap in the face. What the hell?
I dropped my pen.
That's a lot of noise for a pin to drop. Did you hear the pin drop? Yes, I did. It sounded like a chair about to fall apart. Brown's family released a statement calling Wombly's decision both an insult and a slap in the face. And attorneys for the family who watched body camera footage has said repeatedly that he was trying to drive away from the deputies serving the drug-related warrants and posed no threat. The prosecutors declined to directly release copies of body cam video of the April 21st shooting, but he played portions of the video during the news conference that the media outlets broadcast live. The multiple angles of the footage projected onto the screens behind Womble depicted a chaotic scene of about 44 seconds after 6 deputies approached Brown's car with guns drawn. The video shows one of them putting his hands on the driver's side door and yelling and recoiling as Brown backs up. Seconds later, the same deputy appears to be in the path of the car as Brown moves forward. Though it's not clear how fast the car is moving, the deputies appear to avoid a direct hit after pushing his hand onto the moving car's hood and quickly moving aside. Gunshots are then heard, and officers appear to continue firing as the car moves away from them. Well, there you go. Now, there's going to be a lot of people who are like, well, if he's in a car, then he's still in a deadly weapon. He could hurt somebody else as well. But they already have law. Well, I don't know if they're laws, but I know there's definitely suggestions that, like, unless it's a violent person, you don't chase after them. Like, if somebody robs a bank, cops are told not to have a car chase in a lot of instances because a lot of innocent people can get hurt. It's better to just catch them later. So why couldn't you catch this guy later? Were you that worried that he was not only an imminent threat to you, but to somebody else that you don't know? Like, he was going to speed away and you couldn't catch him later? Yep, I cannot accept a DARF. Okay. By the way, we have code words because YouTube likes to get me in trouble if I use the actual words. Mark Julius is in the house. What's up, Mark Julius? To merge into traffic coming onto a highway is why you need 200-mile-an-hour car. There you go, Jupiter 5. The distractions, meanwhile, they want to make us no problem. Yeah, my bad. Okay. The quality of the projected video, even replayed later on news websites that filmed it, make it hard for a viewer to glean the level of detail described by either the Brown family or the prosecutors when they watch the footage in person. The family continued its calls Tuesday for direct release of the video, which would make longer and high-quality versions public. That is surprising that they have not done that. There are many police stations that did it within a few minutes. And especially now that supposedly this is a justified shooting, they're not going to release it because, I mean, then they would have to hear from the public more, I guess. Maybe if they just think that they don't release it, maybe it goes away. Maybe. Where's this at again? North Carolina? Okay. During his news conference, Womble said the deputy who tried to open Brown's car door was jerked over the hood when the car backed up. How hard were you holding on the door handle? And the deputy's body was struck by the vehicle. The deputy then had to push off the hood with his hands to avoid being run over. When Brown drove forward, Womble said he said that was when the first shot was fired by a fellow deputy. I find the facts of this case clearly illustrate the officers who used deadly force on Andrew Brown Jr. did so reasonable and only when a violent felon used a deadly weapon to put their lives in danger, Womble said, referring to Brown's car. He added that Brown posed an immediate threat to the safety of the officers and the others. Though Womble said at least 2 deputies were endangered by Brown's driving, the sheriff has said his deputies were not injured. Attorneys for Brown's family decried Womble's conclusion. To say the shooting was justified despite knowing the facts is both an insult and a slap in the face to the Andrews family, the Elizabeth City Committee, and to rational people everywhere, it said. Not only was the car moving away from the officers, but 4 of them did not fire their weapons. Clearly, they did not feel that their lives were in danger. And the bottom line is that Andrew was killed by a shot to the back of the head. Damn. The FBI is pursuing a separate investigation. A spokeswoman declined to comment on its progress. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper, a Democrat, urged federal officials to thoroughly investigate. In a statement Tuesday afternoon, he reiterated past comments that Womble should have stepped aside for an independent prosecutor to take over. Public confidence. This is the problem when you have your own people investigating your own shit. Public confidence would have been better served with a special prosecutor and by quickly making public the innocent footage. Yeah, if these cops, if there's nothing, if this is a justified shooting, please release it. I will be the first one to say that those cops were justified if it looks like he was aiming for the police officers. But from what I've read so far, it all sounds like he was trying to get away from them. I'm not a fan of the police. Usually, so I'm a fan of the American citizen. I think their lives matter. I don't play anybody is more important than anybody else other than the American citizens are more important than the people that serve them. And the people that serve them are not only the police, but also those in government. Womble, a Republican, first appointed district attorney in 2013 before winning 2 elections, resisted calls for a special prosecutor. He has said he intends to run to be a Superior Court judge in 2022. Okay, I think the story's pretty much done. Well, hold up. I saw the word autopsy. Hold on. 3 deputies who fired shots Hold on. Let me just make sure. The State Bureau of Investigation, which conducted the state review, issued a statement Tuesday noting it investigates the facts but does not make any determinations as whether the criminal charges should be filed. It said an investigative report isn't a public record and won't be released. The 3 deputies who fired the shots, Investigator Daniel Meads, Deputy Robert Morgan, and is it Corporal? Aaron Lewin? Have been on leave since it happened. The sheriff's office said Morgan is black while Meads and Laurel are white. I'm so tired of people who have firearms on them, no matter if firearms are allowed in that state for the American citizens, and have a lot easier of a time getting away with killing people, are shooting Americans. Enough said. Womble said none have prior use of force complaints. 4 other deputies involved in serving the warrants were reinstated after the sheriff said it was clear they didn't fire shots. A lawyer who represented some of the deputies in a prior court hearing didn't respond to an email seeking comment Tuesday. Wait a minute. I thought they didn't have any reports of use of force, but they already have a lawyer that's represented some of those deputies before in court hearings? Womble said a medical examiner working for the state found that Brown died from a multiple gunshot wounds after being hit in the back of the head and right shoulder. Well, the shoulder wouldn't kill him. Womble said the medical examiner also described superficial abrasions to his arms and legs and back from bullet shrapnel. The state's written autopsy hasn't been released yet. 2 deputies fired 9 shots from Glock handguns, and the third fired 5 rounds from an AR-15. Wow. According to Womble, based on the spent shell casings, they lit him up. An independent autopsy released by the family found that Brown was hit by bullets 5 times, including 1 in the back of his head. Well, that'll do it. Okay. Yeah, my bad. I love the way you're thinking. Hey, I like it. You already changed your thing. So you're a cowboy fan, huh? Nice. I don't know what the other one was, but it looked cool. Yeah. Trump 2024. Screw Trump, man. I mean, if he runs, I'll probably vote for him because I don't want Biden to win, but it doesn't matter. Does it really matter? All right, I'm not going to play all this Mark Dice video. There's just one little thing I want to play on this. One little thing, and it's not even Mark Dice. Hopefully the desktop audio will work. Okay, let me tell you what this is about. So this is about putting mask on at school. Okay, he is not a fan of the rules and regulations behind the sniffles. The sniffle rules, where you have to put a mask on at school.
I don't hear anything.
No? Thank you, Riddle. Thank you. That's because I had it turned off. All right. Well, at least I preferenced it, though, so we can
I
start
just
again.
turned 10 years old, and I am a 4th grader at Felix A. Williams. I expected school to be a little bit different in the beginning, but I didn't think it would stay this way all year long, and I was surprised by the rules. A lot of them didn't make any sense to me, like the fact that we were not allowed to play on the playground or have student council, or turn to face each other at lunch, and we also have to wear masks outside at PE and on track. I love my school and all, but my teachers seem really stressed, and that makes me feel bad. One teacher walks around with a clipboard full of referrals for any student whose mask isn't on promptly. It makes me feel scared. That same teacher yells at us having our masks down to drink water while we are outside in Carline. She told us we had to wait until we were in our parents' car to have a drink of water. She had her mask down the entire time while she was yelling at us, which makes me and all my friends very mad. This happens a lot. And it seems unfair teachers take their masks off while they yell at us kids and that we need to pull ours up. I asked my mom if there's a word for this, and she said there is. Hypocrisy.
You see, it's so simple, even a 4th grader has figured it out. But wearing a mask for liberals is not.
All right. That's all I wanted to show that. I thought that kid is something else, man. You go, dude. I'd love to see what he does with his life later on. That guy he's got a good head on his shoulders at 10 years old. Cowboys, well, maybe you're from Texas, maybe you're not. We got a couple Texas stories tonight, and I am currently not in Texas. I'm currently in Arizona. However, me and Riddle we got family and friends in Texas. We visit Texas once a year for the last 2 years, and we are currently looking to maybe relocate to Texas. Will I be a Cowboys fan, or maybe I'll be a Texans fan? To be honest, I'm not really a football fan anymore. I used to be diehard. Cardinals, man. When they went to the Super Bowl for the first time, I grew up with the Cardinals in the 80s, and the Cardinals in the 80s sucked. Like, it was hard being a Cardinal fan. Hard. I mean, I must know what the Raiders feel like, but at least the Raiders, a badass team, even though they sucked. The Cardinals were the worst. And when they first went to the Super Bowl, man, I was so excited. I still have a video of me hooting and hollering on YouTube when that happened. However, I haven't watched football in a long time. As soon as politics got into sports, I was like, I'm done. I can only take so much politics, and then I'm done. You put it in my one of my escapisms was sports. Like, okay, I'm gonna let's go watch a game. Can't do that anymore. All right, here is the part where Republicans are going to act like conservatives now that they're not in power. Y'all ready? This is why I don't like voting for Republicans. I rather vote for Democrats. Why? Because Democrats will tell me that they want to come get my guns to my face. To my face. Thank you. Thank you for telling me straight to my face you want my guns. These motherfuckers, they'll be like, no. We're totally we're gonna have the Hearing Protection Act. We're gonna allow you to get a suppressor without going through a background check. All that stuff. We're gonna do all that for you. Then you vote for them. They get into office, and then they're like, well, maybe we should have common sense red flag laws. Oh, thank you for screwing me over in the back. Appreciate it. Brother, you don't make a move to Texas, I would suggest to go out to the countryside. It's more peaceful. Yeah, I know. I lived out in the country for a little while. I've lived out in the country a few times in my life. Once when I was a kid, I hated it back then. I was like, I'm never going to be a country boy. I always want to be a city boy. But the older you get, the more I want to get out back into the country. So Republicans are rebelling against mask requirements in the House chamber. Republicans are rebelling against the requirement that they wear a mask on the House floor, stoking tensions with many Democrats who are refusing to change the rules despite updated guidance from federal health officials. The GOP lawmakers opted to keep their mask off during votes on Tuesday, with some taking care to stand in the well of the chamber to ensure that spectators, colleagues, and C-SPAN cameras, because, 2022's right around the corner. We got to get those votes. So they couldn't miss them. Yeah, they want C-SPAN to see them not wearing a mask. Their defiance could come at a financial cost. Lawmakers who refuse to wear are subject to a fine of $500 for the first offense. Subsequent offenses can result in $2,500 fines. What are these? These are House members? Hold on. House floor. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Hey Siri, what's the average salary of a U.S. congressman?
Here's what I found from thoughtful.com. The current salary for rank and file members in the House and Senate is $174,000 per year.
$174,000 a year. Who pays that? I pay that. You pay that. So who's paying that $2,500 fine? When $2,500. Come on. In practice, however, the House Sergeant in Arms is providing a warning for the first offense. 7 lawmakers will be getting such warnings, according to a list obtained by the Associated Press. Representative Laura Boebert of Colorado, Thomas Massey of Kentucky, Marjorie Greene, obviously, I'm not surprised, of Georgia, Chip Roy of Texas, Bob Good of Virginia, Lori Gohmert of Texas, 2 Texans, and Mary Miller of Illinois. 3 more had already received a warning and will be fined $500. So there goes their haircut for this month, I guess. There are Representatives Brian Mast of Florida, Marionette Miller Meeks of Iowa, and Beth Van Doyne of Texas, another Texan. They will be subject to a fine of $2,500 for additional offenses. The mask revolt in the House has been brewing for months, with some Republicans chafing at the extra safety precautions imposed during the pandemic and bolstered after the January 6 event at the Capitol. Democrats imposed mask-wearing requirements last year when many Republicans, defying public health guidance, refused to wear face coverings. But the dynamic has shifted now that the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has altered its mask guidelines, saying that it's safe for fully shotted people to skip face coverings and social distancing in virtually all situations. The CDC guidelines say that all people should still wear masks in crowded indoor locations, such as airplanes. You know, the airplane where they recycle the air through that tube for however many hours you're on it. You better have a HEPA filter duct taped to your okay. Buses, hospitals, and prisons. I'm so glad I'm not in jail. Lawmakers and others in the Capitol have stopped wearing masks when moving around the building. At one point on Tuesday, Breitbart, Tyler Green, and Massey stood together unmasked for several minutes in the well of the House. Democratic Representative Jamie Raskin of Maryland went over and spoke with them. The conversation appeared cordial. Raskin told reporters that he can't wait to take his mask off during the House floor proceedings. The reason we can't take our mask off is because so many Republicans are not shotted and are refusing to do so. Lawmakers can remove their mask off I think that's when speaking on the House floor, but otherwise must keep it on when they are in the chamber. There is no requirement for wearing masks in the Senate chamber. After Tuesday's vote, several of the Republicans who declined to wear the mask gathered outside the Capitol for a group picture. Massey tweeted, "We've had enough. We are refusing to wear our mask on the floor during this vote in spite of Pelosi's threat to take $500 from each of us. Her rule is not based on science." $500. You make 100, just their salary, just their actual salary, $177,000 a year. That has nothing to do with all the donations that they receive, right? Because they receive donations, both sides do. That's why you go in there, maybe a millionaire, maybe. But you come out a multi-millionaire when you're done. Why? Not on $170,000 a year, you're not. Proud to join at Representative Tom Massey to stand up for every student and every hardworking American wanting to instantly end, Roy tweeted. Taylor Greene took the House floor again on Wednesday without her mask. She positioned herself in a chair behind the Republican lawmakers who spoke on the floor, which ensured she would be seen on television. Viewers watching the proceedings. Oh my God, the dog and pony show that's going on. All that Republican conservative double talk is why I no longer call myself those terms, but I am right directionally politically. And Caitlin is in the house. What's up, Caitlin? How you doing? Riddle Girl just had to take a phone call just now. She hopefully fingers crossed. It's a good thing. All right, let me go back. I know y'all blowing me up in chat. I'm not gonna read them all, but I'll read as many as I can. Brother, if you do, okay, I am going to read them all. Never mind. There is no way 81 million people voted for the current president who can barely complete a full sentence. That's your opinion. I mean, it might be mine. It might not. You live and you learn. I don't think they should take away guns, but I think they should make it harder to get. It's a constitutional right. We'll disagree on that one, SMG. For me, I think it's too hard as it is. It's a constitutional right. And here's the thing. If you want harder guns, okay, we could have that conversation. Maybe let's have freedom of speech harder to have, right? We already have freedom of speech zones sometimes. Freedom of worship. Well, you did kinda until the whole sniffle pandemic happened, and now you can't go to church because, well, that's a super spreader. First Amendment be damned. You can't gather, which is also part of the First Amendment, because you could be a super spreader unless you're going to go protest police violence. Then you can do it. The hypocrisy of this is something, I don't know. But I get it. There's a lot of people who don't like how easy it is to get firearms, and it depends on where you live. Like, I know people in California, it's not easy for them to get a firearm. It's insanely hard. Hawaii, I think you can have one, but you can't take it anywhere. What's up, OMG? How you doing? All right. And sending good vibes, real. Yeah, definitely send her some good looks on that one. I'm doing, but here, that's the main thing at poisonstinger. Oh, yeah. I remember. Yeah. Caitlin lives in a non-gun friendly state, and it's not easy. Arizona, it's pretty easy. Texas, I guess it's better. I think they just passed constitutional carry, which I am a big time fan of. I constitutional carry no matter what, even when I'm in a state that doesn't allow it. Why? Because I'm free. I'm a free individual. I'm not a free citizen. I'm not renouncing my citizenship. But at the same time, I don't like to call myself a citizen because that means that I am a servant of the government. And the government is supposed to be my servant. So I'm a person. I'm an individual. They are my servants. So there you go. Pennsylvania voters imposed new constitutional limits on governor's powers. Interesting. Pennsylvania voters became the first in the nation to impose restrictions on a governor's authority under an emergency disaster declaration, approving constitutional amendments offered in a statewide referendum by Republican lawmakers angry over how Democratic Governor Tim Wolf handled the pandemic response. The vote on Tuesday's statewide primary ballot came as Republican lawmakers, excuse me, across the country have sought to roll back the emergency powers governors wielded during the Sniffle 19 pandemic. Republicans see the referendum as a victory with strong political overtones as the state gears up for a wide open governor's race in 2022. And Wolf leaving office after 2 terms. Republicans in the state legislature and those aiming to replace him in 2023 have made Wolf their top political target, repeatedly attacking his stewardship during the pandemic. Last night, Pennsylvanians voted to reject Democratic Governor Tim Wolf's overreach of executive powers after his failed sniffle response, a clear sign of accountability coming in 2022. Republican National Committee Chair Ronna McDaniel tweeted on Wednesday morning. The 2 questions led with almost 54% of the vote, with 73% of precincts reporting. So, I mean, it wasn't like a landslide, but it was over 54%. Maybe that's a landslide. More than 2 million ballots were cast, still less than a quarter of the state's 8.7 million registered voters. Wolf had opposed them, but has had no say in what proposal lawmakers put on the ballots to amend the state's constitution. History was on Republican side. The last time voters rejected a ballot question was in 1993, according to an information provided by the state. The questions asked voters to end a governor's emergency disaster declaration after 21 days and to give lawmakers the sole authority to extend it or end it at any time with a simple majority vote. And this comes back to, we don't live in a safe world. If the sniffles is as bad as they say it is, I don't think a mask is going to be enough, personally, right? We have a whole bunch of evidence that, even the CDC and Fauci himself for years said that was not going to be enough for anything serious until they needed it, I guess. I don't know. People need to feel like they can do something to help. And washing your hands, not touching your face isn't enough. I need something to do to help save me from this horrible thing that's going around. Okay, wear a mask. Okay. Social distance? Okay. Now go do that. And sure enough, you got the social distancing police. Have you seen some of these people? They got like hula hoops around them with signs on it, like handwritten signs that say 6 feet back. There was this one lady who had a plexiglass square that she had attached to herself. It's crazy. These people need something that they can do to feel safe. We do not live in a safe world. There's just no way about that. You can walk out the door with 3 masks, hand sanitizer everywhere, and get hit by a car. Right? You could go to the movies and some guy with a gun could come shoot you up. Getting back on the gun thing. I'm not going to get back on the gun thing. Currently, the Constitution requires a 2/3 majority vote by lawmakers to end the governor's disaster declaration. Under the law, a governor can issue an emergency declaration for up to 90 days and extend it without limit. Yeah, that's messed up. We live in a republic. It's not even supposed to be a democracy. It's supposed to be a republic. And the people are supposed to be the ones in charge, not the governor. So I am not a fan of governors acting like kings or, some sort of royalty that can say, whatever they want to do is what's going to happen. No, it's supposed to be the people. In fact, I think when we got the country, wasn't there a big pandemic going on at the time? It wasn't SARS, was it? Somebody that's good at history. Yeah, I remember like George Washington lost a lot of troop members because of a thing going around. Anyway. Wolf and his emergency disaster director have called the proposals reckless and a threat to functioning society that could prevent a fast and wide-ranging response to increasingly complicated disasters. Republicans have accused Wolf of fear-mongering. Sending the questions to the ballot, including the constitutional amendment to override the law, was the only way for Republican lawmakers to reel in Wolf's authority or that of future governors. Wolf had vetoed more than a half a dozen different bills designed to restrict his authority under a disaster declaration. Courts rejected repeated attempts to end the governor's disaster declaration or lift his orders, and Democratic lawmakers largely struck with Wolf leaving Republicans without a large enough majority to override his actions. I do think we're going to see a flip in 2022. Maybe. However, if you think that what happened in November of last year was daft or done not 100% honest, if you think that Dominion voting machines were, you know, the thing YouTube doesn't want to talk about, if you think it wasn't 100% honest, then why do you think that they're not going to do that again in 2022 or 2024? If you actually think that, then your vote truly does not count. Hanging in there, but you're all right? That's good. It's funny how people act like Americans are shooting each other. Yeah, there's quite a few. Yeah, more regulations, please. Come on. It's all good. It's all good. It's all right, man. P.S. I just sent you a link in Gmail. Take a look. All right, I will. Right, and please enable the correct rating for your channel. DLive team, please enable the correct rating for your channel. For more information, what? I have a rating policy. This rating policy, this is the first time I've ever gotten anything from DLive. What the hell have I said on here today that makes them? This rating policy is in addition to the service guidelines and terms of service to which all users must adhere, regardless of the rating. If you find your channel that is not tagged correctly, please contact yada. Okay, so somebody said that I have not tagged correctly. All right. Thank you for whoever's on DLive making sure that I'm not, We expect material and behavior of the public listings on DLive to be suitable for general audiences, equivalent to GPG or PG-13 in motion pictures. Oh my God, do I have to really do that? DLive's offers follow a rating system. Streamers are responsible to apply accurate ratings to their own streams, and DLive expects to yada yada. I don't see how I'm not family friendly. Yeah. Family friendly. Monetize. Show on homepage. Able to apply for DLive. Yada yada. Okay, so mature audience. I'm not smoking. I'm not playing 18 plus. I'm not drinking alcohol. Excessive profanity. That's close. I have said the F word a couple times. But it's not like all the time. Game nudity. No. Graphic depictions of violence. Criticisms of religious. No. Political position. Okay. Criticisms of religious or political positions or religious or political advocacy. That's probably the one right there. Other behaviors of inappropriate for minors, vulnerable persons. There you go. Cool. The sensitive one did coughs. Yeah. Vitamin A, C, D, zinc is the main thing. You can do it for yourself to prevent. Yeah, it helps, right? Get your immune system up. The best way to get your immune system up is see things or, be exposed to stuff. All right, cool. Let me, I'll worry about that at some other time. I don't even know. I'll have to look at that. We got 5 people on DLive right now. Maybe I should look at that. Give me a second. I need to look at this email that was sent to me anyway. I don't even know how to. The broadcaster has indicated this channel is intended for mature audience. I said that? Wow. Okay. I don't think I did. If I did, then there you go. I shouldn't have gotten that anyway. All right. But thank you very much for whoever is watching me on DLive. Email. If you send it to Riddle's email, I don't have that. Can you send me that link to, because Riddle's on the phone right now doing something else. Can you send that to my Discord? I'll check it out on my Discord. I'll bring up Discord. I don't even have Discord open, but I'll bring it up right now. Oh, Quantum Lotus, thank you very much for the diamond. Did you just now donate that? There's the... Or was that an old comment? That might have been the old comment. Yeah, that's the old comment. Is it not doing my new ones? Hey, Stinger, Riddle, Restream, Armament, SMG, Gerald Kelly. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Okay. I know you donated earlier, so I didn't know if it was just staying there or if you donated another one. You did donate another one. Thank you very much. I donated two. Yeah. I wasn't sure. I was like, geez. Well, all right. Thank you. Yeah, hit me up on my Discord. Unless Real Girl comes in, and then I guess she is. All right. Check out the email. We got it. We got something in there. I believe it was Armed Archangel. Yeah, I don't know why I was spacing on that. All right, cool. All right, let's get back to it. I got a warning from DLive. Somebody reported me for mislabeling the stream. Oh. Yeah. Supposedly it's a mature audience, and I didn't do it. However, I went over there and it says I had to turn on the video because it said that the streamer had made it a mature audience stream, and I don't remember doing that. But I mean, we are talking about politics, so I guess I'll take that one. I'll take that L. All right, we're done with that story though. Drink dandelion root tea. It's great antioxidant. Ugh. Oh, do I have to? I don't know. That's the first time. I never do anything the first time I hear it. Right? If you tell me that carrots are going to be great for my eyesight, I'm going to have to hear that a few times from a few different people before I'll at least give it a go. Dandelion root tea, that's the first time I've ever heard it. I ain't trying it. I'm going to have to hear it from other people. So how about Biden insulting the Coast Guard graduation class by calling them dull for not getting his crappy joke and applauding? That was a while ago, was it not? That was a long time ago. Recently, there was a story. Well, it wasn't really a story. I guess I'd gotten a clip or a news thing on it. Biden was asked a question about Israel, I think it was Israel, and he didn't want to answer it. He was in a car and he threatened to run over somebody, supposedly joking. But I mean, it is kind of a sensitive topic lately. And then everybody was laughing about it. I guess it wasn't really a story, but it came up on my newsfeed. Bourbon is a great antioxidant. Yes. Alcohol is lovely. Generally on DLive, the political type channels use the mature rating for more protection with X tagged. X tagged? I'm not showing my nipples. I'm sorry, Jupiter 5. You're not seeing them. Maybe if you do a big donation. All right. This is Arizona. Congressman rebukes leftist DOJ lawyer for intrusion into Arizona's election audit. So they are still coming after or trying to stop the Arizona audit, which the more they fight it, the more I want to see it. Congressman Paul Gosar from Arizona admonished Acting Assistant Attorney General Pamela Garland in respect to the Justice Department efforts to disenfranchise Arizona voters by preventing the 2020 election audit in Maricopa County. Garland, the radical leftist head of the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division, had warned in a letter to the state Senate President Karen Fann that the state's audit of the 2020 election ballot count could break a federal law regarding voter privacy while also amounting to voter intimidation. The Republican-controlled state Senate commissioned the audit. Past experiences with similar investigative efforts around the county has raised concerns that they can be directed at minority voters, which potentially can implicate the anti-intimidation prohibitions of the Voting Rights Act, Carlin wrote. Such investigation efforts can have a significant intimidating effect on qualified voters that can deter them from seeking to vote in the future. Does it? I don't know. The assistant AG has spent most of her career rubbing elbows with political elites. She is a former Stanford University law professor, member of Facebook's Suspicious Oversight Board, and a witness in the impeachment trial of former President Trump. So she's definitely involved on that side, wherein she made several dubious or irrelevant, I cannot say that word, add that one to the list. Carlin's time on Facebook board lasted from May 2020 until her appointment to her current position by President Joe Biden. Oh, she worked for Facebook until Biden won presidency? Oh, that's shady. In her time on the board, Carolyn helped, and she was a board member. Carolyn helped make the final decision about what content the platform would allow or disallow, especially surrounding the sniffles or the 2020 election. She got rewarded. Wow. Legal scholars have harshly criticized Carlin, arguing that her concerns are largely unfounded and likely motivated by personal opinions. According to Hans von Spakovsky, a former DOJ lawyer and senior legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation, Carlin is abusing her power in law enforcement for political reasons. She didn't have to be nominated or confirmed by the Senate. That person added, she's a Democratic activist. That's why she's in the Civil Rights Division, because it has so much authority over elections. In response to Carlin's radical actions to discredit the audit, Gozar claims she is blatantly attempting to intimidate, interfere, and obstruct those involved in the important audit process taking place in Maricopa County. It is crucial that the integrity of the election process not be compromised by radicals inside Mr. Biden's Justice Department, Gozar added. Gozar, who was joined in his statement by fellow Congress members Matt Gaetz from Florida, Marjorie Greene from Georgia, and Andrew Biggs of Arizona, accused Carlin of protecting herself and her radical leftist allies rather than securing elections. He also attacked the DOJ as a whole, claiming that it should join the audit and seek full election transparency and proper verification that the process was flawless and perfect, as has been stated without evidence. Yet the Democrats have nothing to hide, that they should stop meddling the audit and allow it to be completed. Honest people don't obstruct audits. Here's the thing. I don't know. I think that them fighting it so hard is suspicious. And that's it. I would love to see it. I want to see it. I want to know that everybody's vote counted. Even the dead people's. All right. Nobody was smoking on. No, I haven't smoked for a long time, man. Time for states to act. Well, you know what? That's a great thing, Riddle. We had 5 people watching on DLive. It's down to 3 as far as I know, at least from the ticker that I have. But sometimes it's not accurate. But I mean, we have people watching it. That's a great thing. It's kind of stinks at the same time, you know. But when you get a little bit more audience, you get a little bit more grief, right? And so technically it's a good thing.
Check out DLive chat.
All right. Isn't it not the same? I know Quantum donated diamond a while back.
Another one.
Yeah, 2 total for the day. Yeah, she did that while you were outside.
Oh.
Yeah, I caught that. I was over on DLive checking out what was going on. So yeah, I'd seen that. Thank you. All right. Did you get that email sent to me, Riddle?
I sent it to you on Discord.
Thank you.
The link anyway.
Yep, that's all I needed. Ooh. Oh, yeah, we're going to get to that one for sure. Okay. All right, now where was I? Time for states to act on their constitutional power and the feds to go to hell. States are supposed to be their own sovereign, little countries. That's the whole idea of the United States. The state, you're supposed to be your own thing. You weren't an American. You were a Georgian, or you were a Texan, or you were a Floridan. Is it Floridan? Right? And then, well, it's part of the United States. You said nipple, which means X. Damn it. It was either a diamond or somebody reported it. There's never a problem. It was either the diamonds or somebody reported it. I don't know. I don't think it was you. Jeez, but they explicitly stated smoking on stream and political topics. I am talking political. So as I said, I take that. Do you support or partially support Biden infrastructure plan? Ooh, I don't know a lot about it. I do I would say partially. I think there's a lot of pork. From what I've seen. And I haven't seen the whole thing. But the idea of building the roads and bridges, yes, I'm totally for that. Could it be done more effectively? Yes. Could you not, give millions of dollars to Pakistan for gender studies? Yeah, you could leave that part out. They don't want the real truth to come out and show just how bad Biden. Thanks, Gerald. People now, the legalese RG, that's why they use it to sound intelligent but enslave our First Amendment. Legalese, okay. Why are you using big words? No, I donated 3. You donated 3? Oh my goodness, Quantum. By 2024, Pennsylvania gets a new governor, then they will be a real recount, and this 1.6 million extra absentee ballots will be explained. Biden won Pennsylvania by 86,000. And that's the see, I have questions. I have a lot of questions when it comes to the 2020 election. Why, for the first time in my adult life, was there a moment in time where more than 95% of the votes counted within an hour were all for one candidate? You remember the spike? That is a big question for me. Another question is, why do you send everybody home saying there's a water main link and then pull out a whole bunch of things underneath the table? That's a question for me. Why do you put up cardboard above or around the window so people can't look in? That's a question for me. And why are you trying so hard against this Arizona thing? That's a question for me as well that I want answered. If you value democracy or republic or whatever, if you value your vote, no matter who you voted for, you should care. Even if it was your side. I would hope. I like your, that's cool. I would hope that if Trump had won, that you would have been this passionate to make sure that he actually did. All right. Let's take a look at this other one. Let's put it right there. GST 9 pistol frame black blemished, $119 in stock now. So this is an 80% lower for a Glock frame. It's a 9mm. So GST 9, I'm not exactly sure. It's going to either, it looked like from the rails, it's a G17, basically. Or it could be a 19. Frame okay, it gives you a 19. It's a 19 and a 17. Okay, it can be a 19 or a 17. That's weird. I'd say 19 then. I'm not looking, but if anybody's looking, 80% arms. There you go. Walter, I got interviewed by HuffPost. Told him First Amendment was over. He said, prove it. I said, write that word in the article. It won't happen, but that used to be the name of African Americans. Well, it's the Spanish word, right? It's the Spanish word. Like if you go down to Mexico and you speak Spanish, you're going to say that when you get a crayon that is black. He agreed. Well, it's not that. I mean, the First Amendment, you can't say what you think. Even now, I have to use code words in order to stay on the platform. You're not going to go to jail. That's why they say, well, the First Amendment's still around because you're not going to go to jail. Yes, I can wear a white sheet if I wanted to and go out and say the N-word 100 times. And yes, I will not go to jail. I'll probably get beat up. I might get shot. I'll definitely get shot, especially around where I live. Right? I'm not going to do that. I'm not that kind of person, but I'm just using that as an example, right? So yeah, I have that freedom of speech. But if I have a great job, let's say I'm the head of Honeywell, right? I'm a CEO of Honeywell, or I just work at Honeywell. I don't even have to be the CEO. Let's say I'm just a guy that stuffs electronic boards. Guess what? If I make the news, I get fired immediately. They will take away your livelihood. They will cancel your ass. They will take you off of any platform they want to take you off of. They will make your life a living hell. Yes, go ahead and enjoy your freedom of speech. Congratulations. You won't go to jail. You will be homeless. You disagree, Riddle? I think you would go to jail. I might. Hey, nowadays you don't even have freedom of speech because some of it's labeled hate speech, which I disagree with that term. I mean, yes, if you're talking about somebody who, you know, in a negative way, yeah, it's hate speech. Obviously, you hate. It's like calling a weapon an assault weapon. Well, did you commit an assault with that weapon? Then yes, it is an assault weapon because you assaulted somebody with it. All right. Let's get through these. We're running a little bit long on time. New Texas abortion ban is enforceable by fellow citizens suing providers. Texas became the largest state Wednesday with a law that bans abortions before many women even know they're pregnant, but with a unique provision that essentially leaves enforcement to private citizens through lawsuits against doctors or anyone who helps a woman get an abortion. That's weird. A law signed by Republican Governor Greg Abbott puts Texas in line with more than a dozen other states that bans abortions after the detection of a fetal heartbeat as early as 6 weeks. Federal, and I touched on this topic yesterday. If you don't think that a life starts at a heartbeat, then when does it start? I just want an actual time that we can call this being, this clump of cells, a person. To where that if you kill it, you're in trouble. Is it when it heart beats? Is it when it's born? Is it after it's born? Because it needs to apply in every situation. Because right now, a woman, depending on where they live, I guess there's laws and stuff, can have an abortion. Some places all the way up until birth. There used to be a thing, and I don't know if, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think it's still on the books in some places. I know it was when I was a kid because I worked for a call center trying to educate people on this. Partial birth abortions is where they would pull the baby out, not all the way, just the head. Forceps in the back. Because if the baby had come completely out, that would be a birth, and the baby would then be considered a living being, and then that would have been murder. There's plenty of instances where they still kill it anyway, even after it comes out, but that's hush-hush, and that's not supposed to be legal as far as I'm aware. But even partial birth abortions, like, okay, so I'm guessing it's when it's born. However, what about the person who shot a woman, the woman survived, but she was pregnant, and the baby died? And now that person is in jail for murder. Why is he in jail for murder if that's just a clump of cells and not a human being? So really what it is life starts when a woman decides if she wants to keep that child or not. And that is not a good, I do not like that. Let's just put it that way. Federal courts have, the law signed by Governor, federal courts have mostly blocked the measures from taking effect, but with the Supreme Court this week agreeing to take up the Mississippi law that bans abortion after 15 weeks of pregnancy, pro-abortionists worry that a ruling favorable to the state could lay the groundwork for allowing even more abortion restrictions, including heartbeat bills. Texas version is unique in that it prohibits state officials from enforcing the ban. Instead, it allows anyone, even someone outside of Texas, to sue an abortion provider or anyone else who may have helped someone get an abortion after the limit and seek financial damages up to $10,000 per defendant. So each person can be considered a defendant. Like, living in Arizona, I could sue a doctor for giving an abortion to somebody I don't even know and win $10,000? Oh my goodness. Talk about, I don't know if I agree with that. Critics say the provision would allow abortion opponents to flood the courts with lawsuits to harass. See, this is the same thing as going after gun manufacturers, in my opinion. In my opinion, this is no better than going after gun manufacturers for crimes used with firearms. Critics say the provision will allow abortion opponents to flood the courts with lawsuits to harass doctors, patients, nurses, domestic violence counselors, a friend who drove a woman to a clinic, or even a parent who paid for the procedure. Texas law currently bans abortion after 20 weeks, with exceptions for a woman with a life-threatening medical condition or if the fetus has severe abnormality. More than 90% of abortions take place in the first 13 weeks of a woman's pregnancy, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Supreme Court will probably hear the Mississippi case in the fall, with a decision likely in the spring of 2022. All right, we're gonna hit up D Live. If you're on D Live right now, get ready because I'm about to distribute these rewards. Let me read chat real quick though. Disagree, but you can't print it. Freedom of speech, it's screwed. They make something up. Use racial derogatory comment and use freedom of speech to voice a political opinion. No. I was in a kit with an AR at a Biden rally. Whoops. Totally different now. They are trolling. They're trolling? Who's trolling? Totally different now. They're trolling. Too many people base laws off if the child is wanted, not if it's a human being. Exactly. That's my problem. That's my issue right there. I'm okay with it. I mean, I'm not okay with it, but I'm willing to have that conversation if we can nail down a time. Just nail it down. Trust the science, except chromosomes, them is bullshit. Everyone knows that they ate 100 possibilities when the life is viable. That's bullshit too. How about giving a woman a post-birth abortion up to 5 years? Can we do one for how old is Biden? how post birth is that? And the pandemic, that's real as a vax. Quantum Lotus finding the gifts, and I love it that it shows up. Well, it doesn't show up for you guys. That sucks, but I see it. So you know that, Quantum. Unfortunately, it doesn't show up there. I wish it did. I don't know how to make it do that. At the grocery store, I saw a can of beans on the shelf that said Negro. So I turned around and saw black, obviously. Negro is Spanish. Well, yeah, I mean, we shop at a place here that's a Mexican, I guess it's run by Mexicans. It's a grocery store. It's called Food City. I don't know. It's got a lot of Hispanic food. Let's just put it that way. It's got a lot of Hispanic food. Yeah, and a lot of things are in Spanish. And that word comes up a lot. It's a word. You can't slice bologna so thin that it only has one. What? Okay. When does the right to pursue happiness start? I don't know. All right, cool. We're all caught up. Let me go ahead and distribute that now. Now that I gave everybody plenty of opportunities. And distribute. Boom. Good luck. Jupiter 5 just said nipple. What? You said nipple, which means what? Oh, I'm banned, most likely. Why doesn't I don't see that over here? Oh, that guy that didn't come up in Restream. Yeah, Jupiter 5. You said, oh no, that's an old comment. Never mind. Sorry. All right, Quantum Lotus and Jupiter 5. Congratulations on your lemons. Why is it only 6? I have 100 in there. Hold up 1 second. What? 6.7. Screw that. I had like 100 in there. What happened to all those? All right, screw it. I'm gonna do something else.
It limits how often you can open these chests because they don't want you to make that a reason that people sub to you.
Oh no, they're probably saying that they don't want that because it would be money laundering. I mean, it could be. So I don't know. I put in like 200 lemons.
I know, I saw that.
241 lemons, 4 viewers, and it only put out how many? I'm sorry about that, guys. Well, I'll be here on Friday. I'll be giving away something pretty cool for y'all. Chicago mayor will only hold interviews with black or brown journalists. How is this okay? How is this okay? Judge them not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. How is this okay? How is it okay? Because it was the other way so long that now we have to do the opposite way, and that will make up for it. No, that's not how you make up for it. It's not how you make up for it. The way you make up for it is you make everybody equal. But they don't care what color you are. You're the same as me. You're an American. Or you're a citizen of the world. However you want to put it. I'll put any Mexican's life on the same level as my life any day of the week. I don't give a crap that they're born in Mexico. I will judge them on the content of their character. Now, if they're a drug mule or they're, killing people, then I'm not going to like that person. I don't care if they're brown, black, orange, gray, white. I don't care. But this is detriment to our country. This is detrimental to our world, to our civilization. Growing up in the 90s, yes, there was still racism. I think it was better then though than it is now. It was dying. Every once in a while you'd see some people in sheets marching down the street on TV because they got the permit to protest, right? And they got their little flags and they're talking about their little power thing, And I'm just like, look at these idiots. Look at them. Every time I saw them, they got a few less. Why? Because they don't want to look like idiots. And now it's hush hush. Now we can't talk about it. Now we can't have those people do those things. And now when I'm playing a video game on stream over on Twitch, I get little kids, most likely, I don't know for a fact, but most likely little kids coming in there using the N-word, trying to be cool, trying to troll, whatever they want to do, Knowing for a fact that they're probably not, they probably don't think like that, right? They probably don't think like that. They just know that it's a naughty word that is not to be said, and so they want to say it to be a troll, to get attention. And that's why I say they're a kid. There was a lot less of that when I was growing up because the word actually meant something, right? And I didn't want to be one of those people that I saw on TV that looked like an idiot thinking that they're better than somebody else. I saw us coming together then. And even then with the Ellen DeGeneres show and starting to accept gay people. Nothing wrong with being gay. You can be gay if you want. Now, being a religious man myself, I think it's, different. I don't think you're born that way, but we can have that discussion. I still think you're a human being. I still think you have rights. I still think you should be able to visit your loved one in the hospital, whether you're married to them or not. But then you can take that too far too, and it's been taken way too far in my opinion. Anyway, I'm going off on a whole thing. AOC House Progressive opposes targeting gang members for deportation. Remember when we the peaceful ones, the ones that come here just to look for jobs, we don't want, those are the ones that we want to let stay here. It's only the criminals, and now it's not even the criminals. Congressman Alexandria Cortez addressed a letter to federal immigration officials decrying the agency's policy of targeting illegal immigrants who are violent gang members for deportation. With support from 34 other Democrat congressional members, Cortez addressed the letter to Immigration and Customs Enforcement Director Tay Johnson, arguing for an overhaul to the current immigration policy. According to Cortez, the ICE policy to deport gang members does not adequately protect the liberty interest of asylum seekers. Further, the broader security and enforcement of removal priority does little to protect felons. We need a humane and just immigration policies that aim to end mass incarceration, criminalization, and deportation of immigrants, she added in a tweet. Illegal immigrants. So it used to be illegal aliens. Then it was, what was it after illegal aliens? Illegal immigration. Then it was undocumented workers, and now it's just immigrants. Okay. I love the changing lingo. Though AOC predictably defended illegal immigrants at all costs, she argued that American law is unfit for modern times. In the letter, she claimed that the definition of an aggravated felony is a relic of racist war on drugs, a category which has been interpreted to include many state drug misdemeanors. I'm okay with getting rid of the drug laws. We can get rid of all the drug laws if you do any, whatever you want to do to your own damn body with your money is your fucking thing. If you hurt somebody while you're on it, or if you steal money to get it, that's a criminal offense in itself. So right there, that should do it. But as far as if you want to poison your own body, you have my blessing. And I'm not going to read that. And that was the last one. All right, well, that's it. Oh, God. What's up, Tony? You caught us at the end. Abortion is legalized, that thing. I have been waiting for some scumbag criminal defense lawyer to use that. The fetus didn't want to be murdered, so it's discrimination to go after the defendant for the same thing. A skilled lawyer could pull it off in front of a jury. If that could happen, though, I would have thought that would have already happened, Walter Davis. I mean, we've had abortion on the books now, what, since the 70s? Is it, I think? When was that case? What was it? I don't even remember. We are currently in a color revolution. They're trying, and you can kind of see it. They're trying to start a race war. They are really trying to start one. And I know we were kind of talking about that in the 90s with the whole Rodney King and O.J. Simpson stuff, right? I thought there was going to be a race war then. And now you actually see it in the streets. We saw it all last summer. We might see it again. AOC was terrified when we walked on the grass on the 6th before the breach, and she wasn't even there. They don't like Americans to be more powerful. When the government fears its people, you have liberty. When the people fear the government, it's tyrannical. And right now we have a lot of tyranny going on. Tony with the gay pride flag. Nice, Tony. I didn't know you flung your flag that way. What's up? How you doing? Well, that's going to be it for us tonight. Thank you very much for joining me here. Don't forget, Friday is not only conspiracy theory night. Come up with your best conspiracy theory. It has to be made up. It can have some other conspiracy theories, but I want original, right? So once again, Friday night is our 1-year anniversary of the Evening Catch-Up. We are going to have a fun time making fun of conspiracy theories. You can still believe in them. I don't care. We're not making fun of you for believing in any conspiracy theory. We're just going to have fun making up our own. Okay, we're going to have a good time making up our own conspiracy theories. The winner is going to get a prize that I am not going to name right now for a few reasons. But I hope to see you all there. And anybody who participates is most likely going to get a participation prize. Just because I love you all, and I want to give back for the year that you have given to me. But before you go, if this is the first time you've been here, down in the descriptions below, we have links. We have all the places that you can find me, right? I'm on YouTube. I have a secondary YouTube channel. I'm on Gab, DLive currently. Hopefully I'll still be on DLive. I have a Rumble account that I haven't used because I don't really upload videos. I do mostly live streams, and Twitter. Also, Discord. Discord is linked down in the descriptions below, and that is one of the best places to get a hold of me. Send me news stories. I'll do after chats there. So definitely, if you like doing after chats, that's the place to hit me up. If you're having issues with it, as did I think Gerald B. I know Gerald B's having issues with it. I need to have a chat one of these days where I just help people out and just like, hey man, you need help signing up? Let's do it, Other than that, we have all the causes I believe in and support. The GOA, Gun Owners of America, they're going out and trying to get some of your rights back through legal means. So I am a member of the GOA. I encourage anybody to join the GOA because they're probably the only organization out there actually trying. Will they succeed? I don't know. Next, we have the ProjectRecover.org. That's an organization that goes out and looks for lost service members and returns their remains to their families. Very good organization. And lastly, my favorite one of all is Rally Point Irish. My good friend, Irish USMC vet. He's trying to start up a location in Tennessee where vets can come and stay room and board free while learning a new skill like farming, gardening, blacksmithing, and gunsmithing. And I believe in it a lot, so I donate half of all the proceeds to this channel directly to him. However, I used to donate a lot to him when we were monetized, but we got demonetized. Thank you very much, YouTube. So Unfortunately, the only donations that we send them is donations that you guys send to this channel, which you can. There are links down below on how you can donate to this channel with your money if you want. Please don't feel obligated to do so, but if you do, just know that half of that's going to go towards Rally Point Irish, or you could go and donate to Rally Point Irish directly. It is a great cause, and one that I believe in quite a bit. The Jetsons was a prequel to the Flintstones. Ooh, don't blow your load yet, Walter Davis. Don't blow your load yet. Let me check D Live one more time, see if I can't donate anymore. I don't know, like, did it refund my donation? Because it clearly put 200 lemons into it. Hold on, let me submit that. Okay, and then let me distribute. This should be a big one. This should be a big one. And when it comes to D Live with the money on here, I don't know. I've put more money into D Live than I've gotten out of it. So who's going to get these rewards? Oh, it's taking a while. Let's see. Anything else in the descriptions below? Oh, all the ways to donate. Oh, if you want to help the channel out without using money, there we go. Quantum Lotus, Jupiter 5, congratulations. There's some lemons for you. Check out the descriptions below. I will see you guys later. Until then, make sure to keep your family close. Watch out for that government. Try to live as free as you can in the tyrannical world we find ourselves living in. And get your good conspiracy theories. It's going to be a fun time. We're going to have a good time on Friday. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.